dharmas, the first one. Then also, second one, we have abandoning the force of a vessel. Then we go to third one is the four tenets. Then we go to the number fourth is so instruction on the fivefold Mahamudra path. So then the part of five part Mahamudra, and over there, this is the true the automatic result. The automatic result. The automatic result is we are page. I think 164, right? 164 is a correct measure.
Yes, Khenpo, 164.
164, thank you.
The middle of the page, when we talk about the wisdom.
Okay, thank you. So now, in the middle of the page, see 164, when we talk about the wisdom, mind of a Buddha, so this is the whole thing is just talking about the result, Buddha's qualities. What is this like? The root text describes it as. So now we follow the root text. Tibetan is called Ta Jar King Chin Sami Yishi Zek. English is beyond extremes, all knowing, unconditioned, and undefined wisdom seeing. So that's the root text. The root text, the main important just talking about the Buddha has wisdom, you know, and sometimes we talk about the five wisdoms, but it's all the wisdom is subsumed into two categories. So that's all going to explain. The commentary going to explain. Buddha's wisdom is beyond the duality of having wisdom or not having wisdom. So then some, the teachers say Buddha didn't have wisdom. Sometimes some says like yes, Buddha has wisdom. So that's actually talking about the dualistic way, dualistic thoughts. The wisdom is actually here is like see wisdom is beyond dualistic. So that's the reason not dualistic wisdom is no-draw wisdom. Buddha has no-draw wisdom. So that means like wisdom or not having wisdom. Even to say one has wisdom is to imply a dualistic extreme of having. So actually dualistic way, you say like, oh, Buddha has no wisdom, Buddha has wisdom, both are incorrect. Because it's a dualistic way, you're saying Buddha has wisdom or Buddha didn't have wisdom. Both are incorrect. So then what means Buddha's wisdom is even to say one has wisdom is to simply a dualistic extreme of having or existing, which respond, which presuppose so the opposed opposite, I see opposite, right? Opposite extreme of not having or not existing. Can you hear or no? I don't know. Sorry.
We can hear fine.
No
we can
problem.
hear fine, Khenpo.
Okay. So my feeling is you're not really hearing correctly. I don't know. Uh,
It's very clear.
oh, thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Uh, so then, see, the main point here is just we can say Buddha has wisdom. We sometimes the teachers say, "Oh, no wisdom there." But actually, either is incorrect because it's both are through the Drula state. So Buddha's wisdom is no draw. That's why you cannot say Buddha has wisdom. You cannot say Buddha didn't have wisdom. Uh, so here the Dharmakaya beyond all such extremes and all limitations is the wisdom of basic space, Dharma Dhartu. Uh, so main point here, uh, so you know the talking about the no dualistic. So no dualistic is the Dharmakaya that is beyond all such extremes. Like we say have wisdom, or we say Buddha didn't have wisdom. Both are such extremes. And all limitation is wisdom of a basic space of Dharma Dharma. So Buddha's wisdom is called basic space of Dharma Dharma. Then as its nature expression, this, that is called Dharma Dharma is a nature expression. The Sambhogakaya appears like a reflection in a mirror. So through the Dharma Dharma wisdom and the Sambhogakaya appears like a reflection in mirror. So this is the mirror like wisdom. Then Buddha has Dharma Dharma wisdom. And the Buddha has mirror like wisdom. Pure in the equality of samsara and nirvana is the wisdom of equanimity. So equanimity wisdom, knowing all phenomena of three terms without obstruction is wisdom of discernment or discriminating wisdom. Engaging in the enlightening activity of benefiting sentient beings in accordance with each one's needs and proclivities, and filling the worlds of sentient beings with emanations is the all-accomplishing wisdom. All of these five wisdoms are subsumed within the two kinds of omniscience. So there is mention about the five different Buddha's wisdom. So usually these five wisdoms are associated with the five Buddhas, also associated with five afflictive emotions. So then relatively truly, we can say Buddha has wisdom, but actually absolute truly is like beyond our capacity, and that's why what we think the Buddha's wisdom is not same, you know. Means like Buddha's wisdom, actually truth is Dharma Dhartu. So Dharma Dhartu is the same as the Dharmakaya. So other wisdom is the same as the Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. Is Dharma Dhartu wisdom is arise to other wisdoms. So that is here mentioned about. It's harder to understand these sections. Actually, maybe you okay. We talked about already the you know Pardo teaching and the Pardo Tidorchemo, like when we talk in the summer, it's a long teaching, right? So that time we talk about all these five Buddhas. And so there's 5 Buddha has associated this, followed by this each wisdoms. But actually, reality, the all wisdom is subsumed as Dharma Dharma wisdom. So that means actually only one wisdom there. Truly only one wisdom. So that's actually really we cannot say exist because the Dharma Dharma is not exist. So we cannot say no exist. Dharma Dharma wisdom is no, actually is free from both extremes. That's why we cannot say no exist. We cannot say exist. Our dualistic thoughts cannot measurement the Buddha's wisdom, or like discard, like bring to our conceptual thoughts to understand. It's hard. Not easy to understand that one. So anyway, so then relatively this is with 5 wisdoms associated 5 Buddha and also associated 5 afflictive emotions. So ordinary beings have 5 afflictive emotions, and then when we get realized, so that's 5 afflictive emotion is purified, non-exist. So that is called 5 wisdom. But actually, emotion also not exist. Then wisdom also cannot be exist. So that is like say depend, like related to each other, right? So that's why this section is hard to, understand, the bring into our mind. So then all of these 5 wisdoms are subsumed within the 2 kinds of omniscience. So usually we say Buddha has 2 omniscient wisdom. So this 5 wisdom is subsumed these 2 categories. The wisdom that knows that true nature just as it is. So that is actually Dharma Dharma wisdom. Just recognize absolute truth. And the wisdom that see the infinite display of phenomena in all its myriad forms. So that's wisdom is called, relative truth, actually understanding relative truth. See infinite display of phenomena in its myriad forms. So wisdom actually of omniscience, the wisdom known true nature. So see that 2 wisdoms. Anyway, Buddha has these 2 wisdoms. First one is recognize absolute truth. Second one is knows cause and effect. So that's also actually followed by our perception. Buddha himself perception is only Dharma Dharma. So free from dualistic thoughts. So this our perceptions, and relatively we say Buddha has 2 omniscient wisdoms. Of course, Buddha knows truth. That's why he shared the truth teaching. So Buddha knows all the cause and the effect. That's why Buddha shared the cause and the effect. The two omniscient wisdoms Buddha has. The quality of freedom or transcendence that a Buddha possesses are described here. Then Buddha also has many different qualities of freedom, means like freedom from emotions, free from emotions. Transcendence or transcendence. So either way is correct. Sometimes we say freedom, sometimes you can say transcendence. the Buddha has freedom quality, or you can say Buddha has transcendence qualities. So the main point is like Buddha is free from obstacles. That's why it's called transcendence. That the Buddha possesses are described here. Top tier manjik mandi yuntin zo, with enlightening qualities in perfect bloom, such as the 10 powers, 4 types of fearlessness, and 18 types of distinctive qualities. So Buddha has all these qualities. So 10 power, 4 types of fearlessness, and 18 types of distinctive qualities. So that's all actually some teachings that like talk about each details. I don't remember all these details. I didn't read the commentary. So also here this commentary, we don't talk about all these details, 10 powers one by one. So if you really wanted to know, so we can find out. Anyway, I don't have tonight, one by one, each one, So also you can go to Google, so you can find this 10 powers, 4 fearless, these informations too. All of this, so then a Buddha, so a Buddha possesses 10 powers, 4 types of fearlessness, 18 distinctive qualities, and so forth. All of these perfect awakening qualities are the result of being free of obscurations. So the main point is these all qualities. So the free from obstacle. That's why Buddha has this 10 power, 4 fearless, and also this this 18 distinctive qualities. That come from, where is this qualities come from? All its qualities come from free from all obscurations. So that's why these qualities arise. Then the quality of being fully wrappings are expressed in the root text as follows. So then this Buddha's quality is like, two things. One is like transcendent qualities. So another quality is called the, fully wrappings qualities, quality of being fully wrappings are expressed. So these two things, qualities. First one is like freedom or transcendent qualities that come from purify karma, purify all these obscurations. Then all the qualities arise. Another is like rapine, means when you already has all this wisdom arise. So then this other fully wrapping and qualities arise. So wrapping qualities, Sin Tang Pezi Ji Jin Chidajin, endowed with marks and the signs of a fully awakened Buddha, like the reflection of the moon in water. That is the root text. So then root text just talk about, Buddha has these qualities like marks and the signs, fully awakened. Buddha has that quality. So that's a quality is like the reflection of the moon in water. Root text, and then go to commentary. The result of fully wrappings Buddhahood manifests as the beautiful adorned of the 32 major and 80 minor marks of a fully enlightened Buddha. So then Buddha's like his body has all these qualities. So this quality is, uh, is uh, fully wrapping quality. Uh, so fully, enlightened Buddha quality. The way the Buddha appeared to the perceptions of sentient beings is skin to the way the moon mandala. Uh, so that's all is like these qualities appear to for others. So when we see the Buddhas like statue, tangas, and then these marks, fully adornments of the 32 major and enlightened, 32 two major and 80 minor marks has there. So some teachings they talk about one by one, each one like they explain. So I don't remember which teaching they talk about all these details. Some I think maybe the Gambopa, the book, Your Liberation also talk about that. I don't know all the details they talk about. So some teachings they talk about all these details. So some is like, of course, like Tanga statue, you cannot draw that qualities. When Buddha is like living, that time, then he has a like kind of body has like light red is, and some his like crown has like, something special up there, and so people cannot see the some area. So that kind of so many things in that town has. But all this Kinopur and the Tanga and the statues, like Tanga statue is solid form, not rare person. So when Buddha is a rare person exists, that time has many different qualities. So at that time, then so that's all just included this 32 major and 80 minor marks are fully enlightened Buddha's quality. The way the Buddha appears to the perception of sentient beings. So that is like perception of sentient beings is asking a king, right? To the way the moon mandala, without intention, appears reflected in each and every body of water, large and small, in the same way. The Dharmakaya, without intention, appears in myriad forms to the perception of beings high, low, and in the between. So then this quality is like Dharmakaya's qualities appear to actually the Namanakaya form body, and then these other beings can see that qualities. The form body has these qualities. So same is the moon, reflection in the water. So here is that's why it's without intention. See, moon didn't have any intention, reflection in the water. Same thing, Dharmakaya didn't have any intention, but appear to form body to the, Namanakaya form. So then Namanakaya form has all these suns and marks. So appear reflected in the each and every body of water. So the form has a large and small, In the same way, the Dharmakaya, so without intention appear in myriad forms. So that's like actually due to the aspiration, and also due to the sentient beings myriad, then the form is appear to, like Dharmakaya forms appear to the Namanakaya form. Dharmakaya didn't have any intention because no thought. But anyway, appear to in myriad forms to the perception of beings, high and low in between. To some Buddha appears adorned with marks and signs, while to others the Buddha appears unadorned. So then Buddhas appear to form body, but then some has like this major and minor marks. Some didn't have that. So anyway, this all is come from Dharmakaya. It's become form body. So now the root text describe how the Buddha's enlightening activity come about. So then Buddha's enlightening is how to then come into activity, benefit others. So that's a root text. Spontaneously enlightening activity occur uninterruptedly. So although a Buddha has no concepts or discursive thoughts, that we already talked a lot. Buddha didn't have emotion, Buddha didn't have feeling, but Buddha didn't have any thoughts. Same is like the moon. Moon didn't have thoughts, but the moon is a reflection to millions in the water. The moon without the thoughts, but still you can reflection to the water, appear to the form many different kind, large or small, appear to form body, many different kind. So like that, even Buddha didn't have a conceptual thoughts, discursive thoughts, but still Buddha can spontaneously like enlightening activity, occur uninterruptedly, benefit others. Through the power of beings, needs enlightening activity are unconditioned and continue uninterruptedly. So then Buddhas just uninterruptedly benefit for others until there are no more beings left to be tamed. The Buddha's enlightening activity will continue unceasingly. So Buddha's enlightening activity actually, never end. The reason is, until there are no more beings left to be tamed, means like never end these sentient beings, never end samsara. So that's why it's Buddha's also enlightening activities never end. Uninterruptedly benefit others. The Buddha's enlightening activity will continue unceasingly. The inexhaustible display of the three secrets of a waking body, speech, and mind, and the expression of enlightening activity are as stated in the Dharmakaya. So Buddha benefit through the body, speech, and the mind, and also enlightening quality and enlightening activities. So that's a five, usually talk about the five different activities. So So that way, Buddha benefit for other beings. The unexhaustable display of the three secrets of waking body, speech, and mind, and the expression of enlightening activity are as stated in the Dharmakaya. So no is called Dencho Tsaju is another tantra. So there said to sentient beings with manifold proclivities and devotions, Buddhas manifest with many different display of conducts in myriad manners, myriad skillful means are revealed to the beings in order to tame them. So the main point is the Buddha, this activity is never end. Then how to benefit other beings? So the dependent, beings like capacity. So that's why here says like sentient beings with manifolds, proclivities, and devotions. So different capacity, different dispositions. So there need different kind of ways, activity, and benefiting other beings. So that's the reason we have, like wrath for Buddhas, peace for Buddhas, monetizing, increasing, 4 different activities, ways benefiting others. The why Buddha, activity, this 4 different ways activities. The reason is because different kind of beings there. Manifold, you see, proclivity and devotions. So that's why Buddhas manifest with many different display of conduct. So one display conduct cannot benefit everyone. So that's why Buddha also appeared to many different kind of form bodies, benefit others. Same also like Dharma teachings too. So not only one Dharma teaching can benefit everyone. So that's why Buddha talked about so many different kind of Dharma teachings, so many different levels. And so same is medicine. So not only one medicine. So one medicine cannot benefit for everyone. So many different kind there, patients. So that's the reason we need so many different kind of medicine. So that's why Buddha shares so many different kind of teachings. And then also we have so many different patients. That's why we need different kind of doctors too. Not only just one doctor, right? So many different kind of doctors. So each patients need like different kind of doctors due to the sickness. So that's the reason Buddha also appeared to form body. Activity is not only one and comes many different display of conduct activities. So that's we easy to understand that actually whole this what you are taught is held by this court. The court is come from this tantra. Saju is Dencho Saju. Dencho is actually Kalachar. No, Kalachara is the what is we call Vajra Yogini and Chara Sambara. Chara Sambara Tantra. Dencho is Dencho actually Dencho. Here is a Deshik something. So that's called Dencho. Dencho is a Charasambhara. So the Tantra share these quotes. So that quote is actually what we talked, or the meaning is in there. Buddha have many different activities. The reason is because due to the other beings. And this activity is never end. The reason is these sentient beings never end. So long as the sentient beings there, so Buddha's activity benefit is never end. So the sentient beings end, then Buddha's activity also end, but Buddha's activity is never end. Enlightening activities never end. The reason is because beings never end. So in myriad manners, many different ways, myriad skillful means are revealed to the beings in order to tame them. So Buddha is showing many different skillful methods, giving teachings that due to many sentient beings there. So different kind of diversity beings that need a different kind of activity to benefit for them. The enlightening activity of Buddhas will always continue until samsara is emptied. So Buddha's enlightening activities, always continue until samsara is emptied. Then actually, samsara is never emptied. No possible samsara is going to empty it. That's why Buddha's enlightening activity is also no end. The Sutra of Sublime Guarding Light reads, and that sutra says, so Seru Tambando, actually this sutra is a treasure sutra, means like the more is like essence talk about the Zambala treasure. So when I was young, I read this lots because my mother is wrathful. She pushed me to read all the time this sutra, and I have to read this all the time. And I read like 100 times. It's, then there's like 300 pages or something. It's almost like memorized whole thing. So just I read like, I have to follow the pages, but I really don't have to really look too closely. I comes almost memorize whole thing. So that kind I read this sutra a long time ago. So then the sutra says, Buddha doesn't really pass away into nirvana. Buddha never pass away into nirvana. Dharma won't really fade away. Dharma also, never fade away, never going to extinguish, exhaust. So then, in order to tame sentient beings, Buddha simply displayed the appearance of passing into nirvana. So that's actually we read every morning. Then Shakyamuni Buddha's the sadhana. So Buddha's wisdom benefit is always there, never pass away. So we read all the time that one. Actually, Buddha never pass away, but then his form body is showing for pass away. The reason is because Buddha simply displayed the appearance of passing into nirvana. Reason is order to tame sentient beings. So many reasons Buddha showing pathway to other beings. If Buddha is always there, then you can all the time you can meet Buddha. Then people think, oh, I can meet always Buddha. It's no big deal. You know, not important. So that is another one reason. Another reason is like Buddha past showing is showing the impermanent. So the showing is like no one free from death. So people who has like foggy and lazy, sleepy, they don't want to put effort for Dharma practice. And that's the reason Buddha showing for display for passing nirvana. So that's kind of, you know, many reasons like Buddha passing nirvana, but actually Buddha is never pass away, always there. Uh, simply display the appearance of passing into nirvana. I think so. That is already finished, right? The part. Mm. So now I think we finished the automatic result. So now is next is the three conclusion section. So I think we can finish it tonight. This conclusion section is not much. Part 3 conclusion section is a great time to finish it tonight. It's important day, election day. We have to finish all this completely. Who's become president, we wish them have benefit, you know, activity, same as Buddha's activity.
When are we going to be able to ask questions on this?
Huh?
If we finish tonight, when are we going to be able to ask questions?
So then after we can talk about, you can ask question.
Okay.
So this is almost gone. It's not much, no?
Okay.
Yeah, the part 3 concluding section means actually it's a finish, but it's conclusion. In summary, the root text reads, Ka long doju tenji mengatun. So thus is the essence, the meaning of all the Buddha's teachings or the Buddhist scriptures, sutras, tantras, shastras, and oral instructions. So actually, in this essence of Mahayana included all this, you know, essence of the meaning of Buddha's teaching, like examples, you know, Buddhist scriptures, sutra, tantra, shastras, and oral instructions. So shastras means like the commentaries. Buddha's the Kanjor text, you know, has 100 volumes, and we call Tenjor text is another. The scholars has commentaries 200 volumes, so that is called shastras and oral instructions. Thus, Jigten Sungko wrote this root text for the sake of those who do not yet know or understanding properly the creature points of the fivefold Mahamudra. So this Jigten Sungko, he you know, composed essence of Mahayana. The reason is other text is so elaborated, and also they don't really understand them clearly because of so much information. That's why it's all this teaching is bring into the 5-part Mahamudra. Points of the 5-fold Mahamudra, and for those who have dropped about the path. This 5-fold Mahamudra practice contains the essence of all these sutras, the key to all the holy scriptures, the teachings that sympathize the essential points of the 4 classes of Tantra that unlock the secret teachings of the darkness that follow forth from the secret treasure of the waking mind of the Ru and the lineage lamas. This is the path that takes all the better points of the Tripitaka and the 4 classes of Tantra and synthesizes all without exception into one system of practice that can be accomplished by one person on one seat in the one section. So so many Buddha's teaching, that's all bring into Jigten Songpo. Just actually, it's all this is bring into this 5-part Mahamudra, and this 5-part Mahamudra is very easy to practice. Include all this Buddha's teaching. The this part is like one person, one individually, in the one section can practice whole this Buddha's teaching. So that's why all these teachings is subsumed into the 5-part Mahamudra. That's why Jigten Sungong, so this all exception into one system of practice that can be accomplished one person means like individual one person. One seat means like we just sit on one question, and then that time in the one section you can finish sit in the one section. You can practice all these Buddha's teachings. Long as you practice like 5-part Mahamudra, you practice all these Buddha's teachings included there. So that's the reason this essence of Mahayana is composed. Third, as the final section at the conclusion of a holy scripture, there's the formal dedication of virtue. The root text reads. So now is the dedication is come from in this root text. Submit you the Jalam Devache, thus having sympathized the nectar essence of the profound truth, encompassing the ground, path, and fruit. So the Jigten Sungong has written these teachings which sympathizes the nectar or heart essence of the profound meaning of the Buddha's teachings and the holy commentaries and the teaching ground, path, and fruition. Continue with the dedication from the root text. So this is or is the dedication section. Dedication. By the virtue of articulating this, may all beings as infinite as space. So Tibet is a Takpan Yidin Tamchen Ching Top Sho means like dedicating. Did you giving Kanyam Doanam? By this virtue of articulating this, may all beings as infinite as space attain omniscient Buddhahood, the two-fold purity. May all beings attain the state of omniscient Buddhahood, which is known as the two-fold purity. This refers to the inherent property of beings, nature, the Sungatangarbha, Buddha nature, and the property of becoming free of the temporary advantageous obscurations. So that is the root text, the explained dedication. Then after consulting numerous commentaries composed by countless knowledgeable and realized masters, and spanning various lengths, ranging from extensive to concise, on Jigten Sumgung's essence of the Mahayana path, and relying primarily on the explanation found in the commentary by the omniscient Digong Master Chichitakpa, entitled Instruction on Jigten Sumgung's essence of the Mahayana path. So this the part is I wrote. So this Jigten Sumgung's essence of Mahayana has many different commentaries. Some has a really long, some has a short, many different kind. So when I compose this commentary, so I follow by this Digong Master Chichitakpa. So yesterday we talked about the Digong Dharmakirti, Digong Dharmakirti is Chichitakpa. So here's the first Chungsang Holiness. We already talked to that last night. I think not last night, yesterday, right? We talked yesterday. So that Chichitakpa, his commentary name is Instruction on Jigten Sumgung's Essence of the Mahayana Path. So a beat for ornament of a wish fulfilling giver garland. So that is the name. His Chichitakpa he wrote. That is really, really long. It's have 1 volume, really big. The commentary is really big. So then in the root text 1 word, he explained, but then he put so many quote, different kind of teachers. It's the commentary is 1 volume, really big one. If you just read the whole Tibetan, it's like 1 day, I don't think so can finish. So that kind of big, really big. The commentary is so big, elaborated. Then, so I want to have something, simple, not too elaborated, because if it's too long, we cannot even translation to the English is so hard, It's we can't afford for translator to do that. Too very long. Even we translate to English, who going to read? It's very hard to finish to read the whole thing, this. And then also you read the Jigten Sumgung's root text, and then you read short commentary. After they have 1 example, 1 quote, you read that, then another 10 pages, almost the same again. The Tibetan way is usually very beautiful because you read different quote, they always have different kind, explain different ways. Its word is beautiful, and wanted to memorize beautiful way, quote is put, but become translation to English is become almost looks like saying again and again. So not much difference. So you cannot live same as a Tibetan way when long as you translation to English, because then comes just become saying again and again, different kind of teachers. So the main point is always the same, right? The words is never stay beautiful, same as the Tibetan way. So that's the reason I wanted to have something short way and explain. Then when I wrote this commentary, so I take the root text and only explain root text. So until this end of this, just two, you can see the two only chord. One is like, you know, the Kala Chakra is no Vajra Yogini, the Chakra Sambhara's chord, the Tantra Kala Chakra Sambhara's Tantra. There's another chord. Another chord is come from, it's a sutra. So I told it like you Zambala Sutra. So that two chord only in here. So other no chord is there. That means like only root text and explain. That's it. So that's why it's become I can make short, and then also the explain root text also not elaborated, just only enough kind of like root text, enough explain. So that's kind of I leave here, put in here. So make simple way. Then also translation to English is, you know, like kind of okay, not saying again and again. So you already started your understanding. I don't have to talk what we have here. So actually, this root text commentary also mostly or is explained is the come from Chichitakpa, but I make short sections, only like really explain root text. I pick up that part, you know. So then each root text like have a explains, you know, live like that way. So make compose this book. So I complete by understanding of the essential points and wrote this is a simple to understand and easy to follow format for the sake of some Westerner student with interest in the Buddha Dharma. My aspiration is that this will become a source of benefit. This text was first begun at the Garchin Institute in Arizona, USA by Khenpo Samdup and later complete in Ohio in the year 2015 in the second month and on the 10th day. So this is all the informations composed. So we finish it there. So now you can ask questions. Hello.
Thank you so much, Khenpo.
You're welcome.
That was a very long summer that you did a very good job of showing us exactly the proper teachings, and thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you very much. Your hard work too. Your this started. So you started all this book is the same as like started whole Buddha's teachings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the end of that. So all these teachings actually included this book.
Wonderful book. Wonderful book.
You have 5-part Mahamudra. The greater is, you know.
Yeah.
So don't forget the 5-part Mahamudra. Long as you have 5-part Mahamudra, then you always all the Buddha's teaching is in there included, subsumed. So you practicing all the Buddha's teachings, long as you practice 5-part Mahamudra. So that teaching is you can practice in the one section. One section. So we do like sometimes meditate, right? We cultivate bodhicitta, we cultivate yadamdeti, we visualize Ru Guru, then we meditate Mahamudra, then we do dedication. So that's all 5-part Mahamudra. Actually, all the Buddha's teaching is subsumed into that 5 sections. Okay, Sandra has a question, I can see.
Well, I thought Ed had some. Do you want to go?
Okay.
I have a lot of questions, but I need to study more before I can ask good questions, I think. You know, I have questions that I don't understand, like it. I'll give you an example. Is true nature emptiness?
True nature emptiness, right?
Yes. Is true nature emptiness?
Yeah, so that means like emptiness is we not create emptiness. Emptiness means everything is actually naturally emptiness. So just Buddha shared the reality, emptiness, but actually Buddha didn't create emptiness. Main point is everything is naturally emptiness. So whatever we're seeing, these all forms, it's emptiness, not inherently exist, or it's interdependent, right? We already talked a lot, impermanent, interdependent, and nothing is inherently exist. That is means like truly, naturally emptiness.
So how is Dharma Kaya different than emptiness?
Actually, same. That is Dharmakaya, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I understand the infinite display of phenomena. I think I understand that. I think I understand the interdependence of everything. I think I understand the causes and conditions. But is there, okay, so is there something beyond emptiness?
It's nothing is beyond the emptiness.
Okay.
Yeah. So emptiness means no nothingness. You have to recognize that emptiness means just nature emptiness. Form is empty. Emptiness form. Form is no emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness.
Okay, I'll work with that. I understand what you mean by it's not nothingness. I understand that. I need to work on that.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now what else? Oh yeah, the other question I have is we're talking about the doctor and the medicine. Okay.
Yes.
So every once in a while I'll read a sutra, for example. I don't know why. Sometimes I read a sutra. And you know, they're kind of neat to read sutras sometimes. So now I'm wondering, you know, I can do things simply or I can do things a little bit more imaginatively.
Right.
So is all the Dharma medicine good for you? Is there some bad medicine that you shouldn't be taking?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what kind of medicine should I not take?
Which is not suited for you.
How do I, yes, right. When it's not suitable for me.
Yeah.
I have to answer that question myself.
Yeah. So that dharma also like which is not suited for you is like means like some dharma is not yet, maybe is some is you you know already done. So maybe something you know like no which is suited for you know dharma practice really benefit which one for you. So that's great.
Okay. Now the other question that I have is all of these other beings, are they always around also?
Yes.
Okay.
Like especially who has really wisdom eye, then they can see many beings everywhere.
Okay, you answered that question a long time ago, that not everybody can see everything. I understand that, but they are all around it all the time anyway, I
Yes.
guess, right? Okay, all right, thank you. That's enough for now.
We usually think about the log to like example one tree. So we only see the tree, but actually there could be have so many beings there too. So many small bugs, we don't see them, right? Also birds and many beings live there, we don't see that. So then also some like maybe also invisible beings too, beyond our eye can see, you know, this eyeball can something, cannot see things. Also other beings can be there too. Yeah, just we have to follow by just whatever this eye sees, then we say that is here. If we don't see this eye, then that's we say just not there. So actually they have many beings everywhere all the time. Okay.
Okay, that's enough for now for me.
Thank you, Ediji.
Thank you.
I have one request to you, Ediji. So can you text to me and when you say Shenado has one good path, right? Last time you told me,
Yes,
can you send
okay, sure.
a text message?
I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm very close to Shenado. Maybe tomorrow I'll just go up there.
Oh, all right,
Yeah,
that'll be good.
yeah. Here is
I'll,
there Shenado, this place.
yes.
Okay, so no send up, please.
Okay, so back to, can we go back to the five wisdoms for, and we talk about Dharmakaya is the essence, and the Sambhogakaya is nature. Describe nature. Is it the nature of clarity? What does nature mean?
You mean this book says?
No, I mean according to the absolute truth.
So that's why it's this talk about this three kaya is like outer level, inner level, secret levels. It's we have to know which one like you talking about. Otherwise, very hard to explain, right? So also I cannot mess up these three different sections like outer, inner, secret. Otherwise, you get confused. I also sometimes get confused too. So I'll lay out outer, inner, secret. Then I can think about which way, you know.
Okay. Just start with outer. What does the outer level mean? That Sambhogakaya is the nature.
Sambhogakaya is nature means. I don't know, outer level didn't say Sambhogakaya is nature.
You know, in the Nyingma refuge prayer, it says in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion. And I thought that those three things related to the kayas. Essence was Dharmakaya, nature was Sambhogakaya, compassion was Nirmanakaya.
I don't know actually. So I have to see that text and then we have to also log to, if find a commentary, then we can see what this says, you know. Sometimes the root text also, we cannot really explain like, oh, this is a Tirikaya. We don't know. Yeah. So outer levels, you know, Namanakaya is a Buddha Shakyamuni, he appeared to form body, right? Sambhogakaya is Buddha Shakyamuni is a high level student realizes, see, he is a Sambhogakaya. Okay, actually same, right? Yes.
It's like a light body, isn't it?
Yeah, just think about the Buddha Shakyamuni, okay? Siddhartha, he's become enlightened, right? So then we see, ordinary people see, oh, this is a Buddha, so they're pondering the Buddha, right? Okay, that is a Namanakaya form, yeah? If there, Munjoshiri Chinreze was there,
Mm-hmm.
they're seeing he is a Sambonakaya.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if we was there, we see he is a Namanakaya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then that's an auto level, you know. So that's true. It's like, see, this our own perception, right? Our perception is like he is Namanakaya. Chinreze Manjushri perception, he is Sambonakaya. But Buddha himself, you know, is reality. He is Dharmakaya. See, they're called auto level Tirikayas.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So
Yes.
what about the inner level?
So then inner level is like your body is Namanakaya, your speech is Sambonakaya, your mind is Dharmakaya.
Okay. And what about the secret level?
Sacred level is like our mind, empty nature is Dharmakaya. Clarity is Namanakaya. Clarity, emptiness, inseparable is Sambonakaya. No, sorry.
Okay.
Emptiness is Dharmakaya, right?
Mm-hmm.
So clarity aspect is Sambonakaya.
Yes.
Empty clarity, inseparable aspect is called Namanakaya.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Then can I keep saying things? I don't know.
Yeah,
Someone
you
else
ask.
has a question, please say something. So the reason, I think one reason why the Sublime Golden Light quote is here, I mean, one reason I like reading it is because people do talk about the Buddhism will fade away, the Dharma will fade away, it's going to die. And this sort of says, no, it won't, right?
Yes.
Because sentient beings are never going to end. And so Buddha enlightened activity is never going to end.
Yes.
Okay, super. That's good news.
Yes, it's good news. Yeah.
Also, I wondered if, since you practice reading the sutra so much, if we could read the sutra together online sometime.
Yes.
Can we do it and do it in a day? What do you think?
You mean we read Sutra together?
Yeah, the Sutra of Sublime Golden Light. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There has an English text.
They do. They have it.
The long one?
21 chapter 1.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. FPMT does it. Yes.
No, that's more bigger than that.
Yeah, this is only 21. It's the 21 chapter version. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can read. Yes, I don't know. We can read together. That's I cannot promise.
Okay. I mean, the benefits of it are so good. It explains maybe your mother was really good to make you do that, I think. We're all benefiting.
Yes.
Okay, so Choki Drakpa is Dharmakirti.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I looked him up. So yeah, he's after Gampopa and after Jigten Sumgyen by a couple generations.
He has lots of teachings, books. It's Digong Kagyu tradition. He is the most, I think, is commentaries in the books.
Okay.
Yes, he has.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so then who has?
Well, I just wanted to make a comment on Sandra, when you mentioned that beginning in Khenpo, maybe you, when Garchen Rinpoche has the Nundra, the Fivefold Path Mahamudra, and I know in that particular Nundra, in the refuge, he talks about Dharmakaya as being the empty essence. Sambhogakaya as being the clear nature and Nirmanakaya as being compassion.
Mm.
It's like broken down, like the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha are the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. So is that the same kind of what you were talking about, Sandy, with the Nyingma
Yes,
prayer?
I always thought it was a more clear explanation of the Nyingma version. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it. Like usually we say, oh, this Tibetan the preliminary practice, right? It's called the 5 different kind of like practice, like prostration, refuge, and Vajrasattva and Guru Yogas. Actually, the prayer is a say 5-part Mahamudra practice in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Sure.
makes up everything together. Yeah.
I just wanted to go back and make a comment on another part, Khenpo. Is that okay if we go back in the book a little bit?
Yes.
To ask about. So it's on page 70, but it's under the essence of the bodhicitta mind. It talks about the root text reads, with the motivation of compassion for the sake of others, strive for perfect awakening is the definition for bodhicitta. And I just found that definition just so beautiful and empowering and rich in the way that it describes everything. Page 70.
70, yeah, page 70 then.
Mm-hmm. What is the essence of the mind of bodhicitta? And then the root text reads, and then tells, with the motivation of compassion for the sake of others, strive for perfect awakening. I think for me, bodhicitta is always kind of this it's kind of this not euphoric, but it's kind of this thing that's out there, and it's really hard to define, and it's hard to bring into our daily life. But I found this definition really helped because it tied in with love and it tied in with compassion, and it brought the two together in the essence of creating bodhicitta.
Yes.
So yeah, so I don't know, that was just really helpful.
That's just very good, explain bodhicitta. Usually what means bodhicitta? So you read that one, is exactly there, right?
Yeah, it really is. Because if love is wishing for happiness for all beings, and compassion is wishing for relief of suffering of all beings, then bodhicitta is, through the motivation of compassion, then you're striving for the perfect awakening. So you're striving for the relief of suffering through every being gaining enlightenment. I thought that was just very profound, the way that's been written. So thank you.
Okay, so then.
Well, I guess that leads into another question, really, is how do we maintain that thought, that aspiration, that intention in our mind? Because that's pretty vast. It's pretty hard to do. And how do we, we try to create the cause and conditions for our mind stream to be engaged with bodhicitta.
So that's just all the practicing Dharma what we're doing. Cultivate the 4 thoughts, cultivate the love, cultivate the compassion, then meditate, vipassana, shamatha, practice yadamdeti, guru. So all this helps, right? So that we cannot take only one piece, something like say, oh, this one helps. Have to come together, all this practicing. Then not only just one time, we have to do all the time over and over again and again. Yeah. Okay. So then any questions?
Yeah, thank you.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
You may have already answered this in Sandra's question, but I just wanted to make sure, how do Sambhogakayas arise?
Sambonakaya. Can you say again?
How do Sambhogakayas arise?
Or to arise? So that's we already talked, like see, inner or outer or inner and the secret, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which
you said, well, I was just thinking about what you said last week about only first level Bhumi Bodhisattvas can see Sambhogakayas.
yeah, that's the outer level, yeah,
Okay.
body. And so actually that is come from Nirmanakaya, right? No, I mean the Dharmakaya. It's arise from Dharmakaya because Buddha's his own nature is Dharmakaya. So that is effort to form body. Then Nirmanakaya comes, right? Then Sambhonakaya is no different in Nirmanakaya, but we have a different perception.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. I think
So,
I understand.
like, you know, the thing about the father, the son sees that person is a father, but other people see that is just who is the name, you know, that person. But actually one person, right? So same like that, you know, we see Namanakaya, Bodhisattvas see is Sambhonakaya, actually one person.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. My other question is, well, just to follow up with that. So when Shantideva saw Manjushri and received teachings from Manjushri, that was Sambhogakaya. Is that correct?
Shantideva, that's a, I don't know exactly, you know, he could be his, we say Namanakaya or Sambhonakaya, right? I think Shantideva, yeah, it's like, could be Sambhonakaya. Usually he form, what we have vision is a Sambhonakaya form, yes. Because
Okay.
usually is a Sambhonakaya.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. My other question is,
Actually, this three kaya is like not separate. Three kaya is always there together. You really cannot, just when we teaching here, that times we create a separate, but think about the mind. The nature is like empty, clarity, inseparable means it's one.
Mhm.
So the secret level not different. The inner level, your body, speech, mind is one, actually, not separate. Outer level is also actually they're not really separate.
Thank you. I think I don't, I forget about that most of the time.
Yeah,
So thank
actually, that part of Tirikaya is always have a cautions. We think lots, but it's confused one is a very simple, easy one too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Another question. So when we talk about phenomenal nature being empty, so I was thinking, does all these phenomenal perceptions, which are really emptiness, are they just there to teach us about our habitual tendencies?
Can you say again the last one? Habitual tendency, what?
Yeah, so all these phenomenal perceptions, which are emptiness,
Yes.
do they just exist I don't know about just exist, but they're there to teach us about our habitual tendencies?
Yeah,
About our
that like, actually, but reality is emptiness is the what we our perception that exists. The reason is because of habitual tendencies, our habitual tendencies.
Mhm.
Our habitual tendencies become less and less, then you recognize that all is empty and empty. So our habitual tendency created this all empty actually, but reality no is like, or is like appear to us is like really exist for us. Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Khenpo, I wonder why the energy aspect of the Dharmakaya is sort of not described, you know?
Can you say again?
So Vajrayogini is a big deal in the 6 yogas of Naropa. She's everywhere, right? And I mean, she's in Chakra Samvara. I mean, she's everywhere. She represents, I mean, I don't want to sound like I know what she represents. It sounds like to me that she represents energy. And she also represents emptiness. And then when we talk about the Dharmakaya and emptiness, we don't ever talk about energy, like the energy of manifestation. We just talk about emptiness and clarity. What, you know, what about like sort of the energy that lets anything manifest, arise?
Mm. So really did you understand clearly your question? Sorry about and I just guess, right? The teachings of course like dependent, you know, these practitioners which followers, right, yidam deity, so then they use that yidam deity practicing, they create different sadhanas. So actually we know all the yidam deity is not different or is the same, right? So all yidam deity is the same essence, the same nature. We talk that a lot, yeah. So that means like you can say this is Achi or Vajra Yogini or Tara, green Tara or white Tara or whatever there is like actually same, the Yidam deity. Form is just appearing form is different, yeah. Then there has energy means like all these Buddhas has energy, right? They appear the form body has energy. The all is the source is Dharmakaya, yes, it's all source is Dharmakaya. Then you can say this all source energies come from Dharmakaya, yes. Whereas this all appear to form body is the source is empty nature. Empty nature is appear to form body. So then empty nature is the source of all this form body. Like that's same is like Dharmakaya is the source of all this energy.
Yes. It just helps. I think it helps me to hear that so it doesn't sound like nothingness.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, then I kind of feel like it's very close to the idea of God. You know, I hate to say it. It's sort of very, very close to the idea of God, even though like a non-personal God, you know, it's just a vast expanse of creative potential.
So
Okay.
you mean empty is all the creature?
Yeah.
So empty also no exist, the whole can creature.
Yeah.
If emptiness is exist, then it's a creature, right? Free from two extremes. Think about free from two extremes.
Okay.
If you think it's like empty is all creature, like all the empty is Dharmakaya is creature, then you is falling to the another extreme. So you create empty is exist. Empty is no exist, empty is no exist, free from both extremes. So that's why it's, you know, confused, like hard to understand there. Yes.
Yes. I think that, what do I think? I think that there are very subtle distinctions, or
Mm.
maybe they're not subtle, but they're hard to understand for someone like me. You know, especially when you add the way people use deities, or, you know, a lot of times people pray to deities like they pray to gods, you know.
Right.
So I think it's it's so easy to sort of not see the difference. You know, it can seem like another religion pretty easily, I think.
Yeah, just you can think about interdependent, like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, right? So other like thing about other religions, like no interdependent. There is like only God's has power. So Buddhist is like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is interdependent. Sangha is we are Sangha practitioners who practice. So practitioners, if we don't practice, then Buddha cannot help to like you are take to the like enlightened beings, right? So then Sangha also say have to use the Dharma practice. Dharma is shared by Buddha. So interdependent following. Check and balance. Democracy. Yeah. So otherwise, like only God has the power, right? One.
Right, right.
Buddhist interdependent. So then Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. The Sangha who practice realize Dharma, then is there become Buddha, right? Hmm. So then we have Shanti Deva's teaching. So we talk about all these Buddhas, sentient beings, both are produced. We are become enlightened being, not only Buddha. So that other religions share like that.
Well, I think people make religion
Mm.
for their own needs. So, I mean, even in Buddhism, if you need to pray to something, then you do.
Mm.
So maybe what Buddhism has is it has levels of approaching it, depending on where you want to be.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I think religion is there because the way it is for people, you know, people make it that way.
Yeah, just also we talk about the relative truth and absolute truth. Then relatively we follow the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So absolutely truth, nothing is exist, no exist. And we don't accept anything. Like example, we say no exist also we don't accept. Exist also no accept. It's very beautiful quote from Nagarjuna. Ngala keli mepe na ngane chumi kona yang. He said, I don't accept anything. That's the reason I don't have any wrong there. So the main point is other all religions accepting something exist or no exist. Yeah, but that view is like if you come to your mind, it's not easy. We have to follow all the Mayaminka, the logics, and really have to understand the emptiness, interdependent. Okay, so no, I think everyone okay, ready, yeah?
Well, I have one more follow-up from what Sandy was saying. So what is the interdependence then with the deity practice? You know, when we're studying the Buddha and the Dharma and studying the teachings, but when we're actually practicing the deity, how does that work with the interdependence?
Deity is Buddha, right?
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
Buddha nature, essence. Got it. Great, thank you.
Buddha sadhana is Dharma. We are Sangha. Okay.
Thank you.
Mm.
Hey, Khenpo,
Yes, sir.
can we say that everything has the Buddha nature? That we can say that everything has the Buddha nature.
Everything.
Has Buddha nature. I mean that we divide it by our mind, but really, in a sense, everything is Buddha. Like you said to us.
All sentient beings Buddha. You can say that.
Yeah, all sentient beings are Buddha.
Yeah.
And you said Sangha, Dharma, and Buddha are connected.
Sangha is like who? Sangha means like beings, right?
Yes, beings.
So the who practice Dharma. That's why that can become Buddha because it have a capacity.
He's only purified himself. He's purified.
This one didn't have a capacity to become Buddha because this one cannot be Sangha. So that's why this one cannot be Buddha.
Yeah. Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you, Khenpo.
You're welcome.
I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Khenpo,
Yes.
may I ask the question, continue Sandy's question?
Yes.
Because if we use emptiness to describe the nature, it's emptiness, but it doesn't mean it's nothingness. It
Right.
means it's dependent. It means not absolutely existent and not permanent, and we use that as an adjective to describe the nature. Everything, the action is empty. There's no substantiate. Isn't it? That's what emptiness is about.
Yes, sir.
Or if there are something called emptiness, and that emptiness is like a substantiating thing, they're called emptiness, like equal emptiness, equal absolute true, or equal the God, or equal the Buddha. I don't think that's the way, isn't it? So the first is the emptiness. Actually, is an adjective to describe the nature, the action is interdependence, is no absolutely action behind it. So emptiness, empty is just a description, adjective. It's not a noun, isn't it?
Yes.
So emptiness, not something behind everything, is called emptiness. It's not that. There's no nothing about emptiness. Is something there. Is it true?
Yes, Laming. Laming.
And I was thinking about, because when we were reading Heart Sutra and say that because form is emptiness, emptiness is form, and so likewise. And to me, form is emptiness is very easy to understand, because form is constructed by all these kind of elements. So it's not absolute behind it. But we also say emptiness is form. And that make me really pondering. Emptiness is form. What does it mean? So
Emptiness. Form is you can be form is emptiness. Then of course, like emptiness of form, just same thing, no difference, right? If you can accept form is empty.
yes.
Then of course, the emptiness, that is a form. Form is the emptiness. It's the same thing, exactly.
Is emptiness non-form? Emptiness isn't only form, right? It's non-form too. It's,
So you think about it, like moon is a reflection in the water. The seeing, the reflection, moon is empty. The empty is seeing. Seeing is empty. You know. That's it. Okay, so now we do the dedication. I think that's great.
Yeah,
So
it's very.
that
Thank
part
you
is
so much.
like until we realize it's so hard to think about it. We create a mind, then more create thoughts. So you almost hit to emptiness, but then sometimes like we talk more is go away from the emptiness. So first we're going to describe, talk about emptiness, almost hit that then, but the talk more is go away from emptiness again. Hello? I don't know, everyone paused. Cannot. Okay, so we're going to do the dedication first. Emma Ho, in the center is Marvelous Buddha Amitabha boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapane, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and measurable peace and happiness is the bliss for puring over their watching. When I and all beings pass from samsara, maybe we be born there without taking samsara rebirth. May have the bliss of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power of blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may we attain this aspiration without a hindrance. Tiyata Pintandeya Avam Bodhanaya Soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where it is unborn may it rise, where it is born may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. But this virtue may achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies' confusion. May all who traverse on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri, they will realize ultimate state, and as did Samantha Bada, will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teaching of the great Gomparana Shri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increasing the true study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, and the end of the samsara. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
So I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to add that we started these teachings on June 3rd. And so we have completed the essence of Mahayana from June 3rd. It's been 20 weeks. So thank you.
Wow.
20 weeks of amazing, just profound teachings. So
How many months?
what's that?
How many months? Like
5.
5.
5 months ago.
I'm so thankful for the COVID because of that we all have time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
okay.
guess it's when something not so good has to happen, at least something good can come from it, or we have a good place that we can be and practice together. So very fortunate, Laman, that's very true.
So then next, like Tuesday, we can think about what we can do. Okay, everyone wants something next. Then following Tuesdays, we can do something, and we have to think about not yet right now program. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
please think about that. That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, Khenpo, I sent you a text, also an email. So,
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thanks,
Well,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone.
Night.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
evening is we have a program, so I already talked to, right? Remember?
What?
Wednesday.
Yes,
Yeah.
we remember.
We have a supplication.
Tomorrow.
So I cannot join the night, but other lamas join, and they're going to lead, and then so same is like usually we do, and 3 times English, 3 times Tibetan. The Tibetans, the other lamas are going to take care English. or you or have to take care. Debbie, you can do what is it called? Monitors.
Oh, yeah, monitor it or to ask people. To
Direct.
send-
Yeah.
yeah, direct. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So then
Thank
see you tomorrow.
Mhm.
Have good time tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll
Good
see everyone.
night. See you
Khenpo.
tomorrow.
Long
Bye.
live Khenpo Samdup, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Lorna.